Is it bad to have a sound clip ready for whatever going to happen to Toka or even Kaneki? It's a sound clip from Attack on Titan. It's based on the last episode with, well, let's just say this guy was laughing. And then he starts to say something that eerily could fit with Kaneki. Scary. I'm fully convinced that Ishida is taunting all of us with these sweet, lovable moments. It's not only full of tenderness, it's also full of eerie hints for destruction and, worst of all, deaths. The chapter has solidified that Kaneki wants to change his path of life and no longer wants to walk the road of his loved one disappearing before he does. The ending, however, is a sign that perhaps he will continue that road for the rest of his life. Joy. I'm still in this phase where I want to go all cheery and celebrate with the parent I really like. And trust me, I strongly do. I really like this pairing. I wanted to be damn happy. But the writing is telling me otherwise. I have seen this writing before. And while it can still twist it the other way around, which I continuously praying by the way, it doesn't hinder my fear. It doesn't help that this is the last chapter of the volume. If my calculation is correct, I was waiting for something explosive to happen. And we did! Insert your hate comment here. I am ready to take the hate. The chapter does finally address the next mission for Go, and that is to gain their food source. They have to salvage it to survive at 24 War for a little longer. It doesn't sound exciting, action wise at least, but there's a real reason for it. Sadly, the mission does come across like Kaneki trying to prevent from thinking of leaving and put all the cards to fight against CCG. Basically, go for broke. There's an interesting suggestion that couldn't be any worse timing. Shu knows that they can't live in the same area forever, especially seeing on how much they are low on supplies as well as their health. It's not a bad suggestion on paper to use Yoriko's execution date to ambush and end the Furuta for good. The problem is, of course, the difficulty level will be extremely hard. It's already covered in the last chapter, but this moment is unintentionally rubbing Kaneki's wound. One of the sad yet discomforting moments is how that suggestion segues to Kaneki and his desire to change. Again, it's suicidal to go and save Yoriko when it can cost so many lives just for one. It doesn't mean Kaneki is fine with it. His mind circulates around the thought of people he has lost. It's a depressing thought to think about it, like how badly he wants to escape that path. He loves Toka, and it hits me that Ishida is taunting us badly. He announces to Yomo and Shu that he is married with Toka, which is a pretty funny moment. It's the monologue that got me concerned, however. It's as if Ishida purposely written this scene to send the obvious flag of tragedy waits for them. It's equivalent to someone saying, "I will save them, even if it costs my life." To be honest, Ishida has placed plenty of obvious signs that it might as well be a satire, like it wants to make fun of it. It's possible that he's just luring us on purpose just to have us scared for absolutely nothing, like nothing will go wrong. If only I knew, if only I could see the future. Can I see the future, please? Just for a glimpse. The bright spot is actually with the Q Squad. If you need a reason to like them, which I'll be dumbfounded that you haven't, this is the right moment to choose. I was happy for Psycho to not stand by and watch everything goes as accordingly. It shows an improvement towards her righteousness because back then, she probably let it be since it was too tough to handle. And she was also pretty lazy back then if you recall. Now she's taking a stand and it's about damn time. Hell, she would become a terrorist of CCG if she has to. Damn, what a change. I admire her integrity. I got a good chuckle though with her knee on Uri. It's so like her. I could imagine Tiger Knee from Street Fighter right now. Speaking of Uri, this moment is another example of improvement, and I couldn't be happier. Perhaps the old him would be either laughing at Takeomi or wouldn't bother to think about the execution. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he was thinking about promotion. Now is a great improvement over his character. The chat at the park is simply sweet. Uri understand what Saiko meant about CCG being a slaughterhouse. It's a bit sad that he associated that quote with Busuki as if to say she has fallen to that belief. I can't say there's hope, but time will tell. Uri does want to do something about the execution, but can't figure it out for now. What hits a home run is how Uri uses Saiko's word about terrorists. For the record, that is a taboo thing to say. So he reflects that he too will go against CCG. That adorable reaction from Saiko said enough. I said this enough, but one last time. Maybe one last time. Depends how many people are still stuck in the past. How could you hate him at this point? If you're stuck in the past, now it's time to move on. Looks like Yoriko has guardian angels after all. But for the love of God, don't pull a One Piece. For one time only, I had to keep my worries in safe because of one moment. The moment is the wedding ceremony of Kaneki and Toka. At first I was a bit confused, mainly because I thought I was seeing some sci-fi scenery like an android is being made. I read this when I was barely up from bed, so you could imagine my eyes was all confused, like what the hell? When my eyes got clearer, however, I realized that it is them in their stylish dress for the wedding, and that's pretty neat. The artwork is pretty solid and delightful for the wedding ceremony. Before the wedding, there are nice and somewhat funny reaction shots, including Kaneki blurt out about his marriage with Toka going, "What the hell?" in the background. That was priceless. The wedding dress they wore is pretty unique, and I should have known it was done by Shu. You just have to love that guy. And look how much of a friend he is to Kaneki. Ishida can really come up with some really stylish design that fits the norm of the series. Personally, they look sublime, and I couldn't be happier for them. I'm like Yomo, who is drunk out of his mind. That was unexpected, yet funny. Toka demanding a cake continues to please me, and remind me on why I like this pair a lot. The day of execution arrived, and all of my worries broke free from the safe and hit me harder than Uri taking that knee because of that damn freaking cliffhanger. It has to happen, right? You just can't stay happy for one tiny moment. I had to mention about this chapter being the last of the volume because it is likely that the next one will be mayhem now that the day is here. My true point is something bad will be left behind before it ends, and wouldn't you know it, it has to do with Ko, or Hajime. Keep in mind, Kaneki and his strong team that isn't clear on who and how many are going are off to do their mission. Hajime implies that he is now ready to set his plan in motion, and whatever he has on his tongue means trouble. We got plenty of build-up and exploration of these characters, mainly Toka and Kaneki. After that eerie monologue, this timing only increases my fear rate. I don't know what Hajime was truly assigned there for, but it's going to be a start of a downhill spiral. I just know it. I can sense it. All this build-up really comes to this point. This chapter is arguably calm before storm. Now the time of execution is here. It has plenty of nice moments with the Q squads and Kaneki and Toka. It also brought an iffy feeling that something may not change for Kaneki, and Hajime is probably going to prove that. It's charming to see the ceremony, but now it's time to get ready for the worst. I'm giving this chapter an 8. We finally got to this point. Well, damn it. We was that close to have just nothing but a solitude and just a happy moment. Now it's trying to play with our emotions, with Hajime breaking free, which is most likely that is the case, and Kaneki's off to the mission. So now, going back home, we could either see 24 War in utter destruction, or it could be something else, and I don't want to be in any case. All I know is one thing for sure. Hayato coming back home is going to be very surprising in more ways than one. What are your thoughts of this chapter? Who do you think we're going to focus mainly on? Kaneki's 24 War or Uri for the next chapter? I feel like we're going to focus more on what's going to happen at 24 War, especially with the chapter preview is suggesting, with a color page no less. So yay, more hints to what could happen in the future. Just like that Toka, which seems like it could hint that she may have some tragedy coming for her. It could still happen. I don't know. Ishida does place his hints carefully in his artwork, whether it's from Twitter, from his product like the calendar, or anywhere else. Get ready for anything. Ishida is about to go all out. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.